Chapter 1. A Crush Extinguished. Lydia Bridges. The music fills my body, and I take another sip of my drink. I should stop. I'm already drunk, but it makes me feel nothing. My body tingles and my head swims, and my world is music and dancing. Oh my God, Trisha interrupts my thoughts or lack of thoughts, and I open my eyes. The room is dimly lit and filled with people. What? I ask and look around, trying to focus my eyes in the direction she's looking. He's here. I didn't think he'd come. Who? Trisha flutters from one crush to the other, and I'm not entirely sure who is on the receiving end this time. What do you mean, who? Wesley Porter. The sexiest hockey player at UNI. I search the crowd and spot the man in question. He's standing in a group of UNI Lions, smiling at something someone says. Why do hockey players always seem to travel in a pack? He's not a bad-looking guy, with his soft, dirty blonde hair and white teeth. Like all the hockey guys, he's tall and muscular. And confident. I bring my drink up, but a firm hand stops me. Here, Prez says and exchanges my cup for a water bottle. I am not carrying you home again, or holding your hair while you throw up. She straightens her slim shoulders and gives me a stern look that must have been passed down through generations along with her wealth. You're no fun, I say, but drink the water. You should go talk to him. I nudge Trisha, who's biting her lip. I can't do that. It's Wes freaking Porter. So? I shrug. Didn't he smile at you last week? The smile that started this whole crush. But why would he go for me? He probably flirts with everyone. You're gorgeous, I assure her. You're hot AF in that dress. He won't be able to take his eyes off you. Trisha tucks a lock of her chocolate brown hair behind her ear. You should go for it. Prez sounds almost bored. Rumor has it he broke up with what's her name over the summer, and he's looking to get back on the market. The worst he can do is turn you down. Okay, I'll do it. Trisha downs the last of her drink and crosses the floor. You think it'll work? I ask as we watch her approach him. No idea. But if she doesn't try, we'll never hear the end of it, Prez sighs. Have you got your eyes on anyone? There are frat boys all around us, but none of them pique my interest. Some of them I know, some of them I can barely remember, but none of them is getting me excited. I finally shake my head. No, not tonight. You. Prez takes a long look around the room, lingering slightly on the group of hockey players. Then she shrugs. I'll probably hook up with a guy from econ. He's been pretty insistent. The cute one with the earring. Yeah. You could do worse. I could also do a lot better. I blink and wonder if I imagine that glance, or if there is someone she has her eye on. It's hard to care when I'm this drunk. Come on, let's go outside. I need some air. You're not going to throw up, are you? I ignore her question as we make our way past Trisha. She's batting her eyelashes at Wes, and he seems to be enjoying the attention. I guess we won't have to wait around for her, Prez says when we reach the outside with its fresh air and more tolerable sound levels. I guess not. I feel grumpy and I'm not sure why. Maybe I've been doing too much of this lately. Drinking. Dancing. Hooking up. It was my life last year, and if it hadn't been for my sister Ellie, I probably wouldn't have passed any classes. I sigh and wonder if this year is going to be more of the same. Without realizing it, my hand has gone to my left thigh and I'm rubbing the faint scar underneath my skirt. I bypass the people sharing a joint and close my eyes. The alcohol is slowly wearing off. I don't want that. The alcohol keeps me sane. The music and the dancing keep me sane. And yet I know. Are you coming to the party at the hen house tomorrow? I shake my head. The hen house is off Greek Row, but not by much. It's one of the smaller houses that every year gets rented by a group of students with rich parents. This particular house is currently rented by a group of girls. Someone made a joke about their cackling, and the following morning, they woke up to 7 chickens in the backyard. The chickens are long gone, but the name stuck. I can't. I have to start my communications project. You haven't started yet? Prez always finds time to do her homework, even though we're almost always at the same parties. We don't all have private tutors, you know. My voice is sharper than I intended, but Prez doesn't notice. Alex is great, isn't she? I'm so glad Daddy insisted. Having rich parents sure must be nice. I rub my scar again and shake it off. Let's go back inside. I want to dance. The fresh air isn't helping my mood. I want to forget the world. Inside, the air is thick, and I drop my empty water bottle in a trash can before heading onto the dance floor. Prez joins me, and we dance with a couple of guys who clearly want more than they're going to get tonight. There's some sort of commotion towards the front of the house, but I don't care enough to find out what it is. And the guys dancing with us don't seem to care either. I've almost changed my mind about one of them when Trisha appears in front of us. Something's wrong. I stop dancing. Even in my inebriated state, I can tell there are tears in her eyes. I want to go home, she says and turns to the door. With a worried look at each other, Prez and I hurry after. What happened? I ask when we're outside. Let's just go home, Trisha says and walks as fast as her high heels will allow her. It takes a few blocks before she slows down enough that we can hold a conversation. What happened? I ask again. Trisha takes a shaky breath, and I can tell that she's about to cry. I thought things were going well. He really seemed into me. We were flirting, you know. Sure, Prez says with a wrinkled forehead. So I suggested we go back to my place. Did he turn you down? Prez asks. Trisha shakes her head. He said that was a great idea, and he whispered some things he wanted to do to me, tear off my dress and whatnot. And we started leaving, and everyone was watching us. Because he's Wesley freaking Porter. And I was thinking how every woman there wanted to be in my shoes. Trisha hangs her head. Go on, I say cautiously, sharing a glance with Prez. If he had just said no, I don't think anyone would have cared, but he held my hand as we walked to the door and it was almost as if he wanted everyone to see us leave together. I didn't mind that part. But then she showed up. Trisha grimaces. His ex. And he dropped my hand like last week's trash. I tried taking his arm, but all she had to do was look at him, and he pushed me away. And she gave me this triumphant look, like I was nothing. Don't tell me he went with her instead. I groan. He forgot about me instantly, and I have never felt so rejected in my life. Everyone was staring at me. Then, when she turned him down, he just ran out of the party. And left me there. Trisha bursts into tears. What an asshole, Prez says. You are better off without him. I give her a hug and hold her as she cries. I'm so stupid. I really thought I had a chance with him. He's the stupid one, I assure her. How dare he treat you like that? Prez softly caresses her back. Because he's a hockey player, I say. There's a reason I never got into the players. They think they're so much better than everyone on campus, like they're the stars of the University of North Irondale. Just because they win a few games here and there. They act like everyone needs to worship them, Prez says and huffs. It's annoying. Someone needs to take them down a peg. My eyes shine and I'm not sure if I've drunk too much or not enough. You're right. They do need to be humbled. Wes Porter especially. Trisha looks at me with tear-stained eyes. You're not going to get yourself arrested again, are you? That was one time and it didn't stick. I have no intention of trying that again, but someone needs to teach that man about being respectful to women. I don't like that smile, Trisha says and pulls back a little. Oh, we are in for a treat, Prez smiles and I recognize the glint of mischief that dances between us.
Chapter 2. An Unwanted Gift. Wesley Porter. So, did you score? I finished lacing my skates before I look up at JD. Joshua J.D. Hartford is the captain of the UNI Lions. He's a straight shooter when it comes to dealing with conflict, and takes no shit from anyone. He has our backs with coach, but on more than one occasion, he's held us back just to yell at us. Hockey is his life when he's here. But let him out in the world, and he's one of the biggest fuckboys I've seen. Nah, Chloe showed up just as we were leaving. I try to ignore his exasperated look as I grab my shoulder pads and do them up. He sighs dramatically. And let me guess, you dumped everything at the sight of her and let her toy with you like the bitch you are. Fuck you. Chloe and I had something special. I grab my elbow pads and jam them on. It still irks me that the guys seem to have something against Chloe. We were together for over a year, and I've known her for a lot longer. Had. Wes, the operative word is had. Whatever it was, it's over now. She's moved on, and so should you. She hasn't moved on. I grab my jersey and put it on. You're delusional if you think she hasn't found someone else. We're on a break. We agreed it was for the best. JD shakes his head as he grabs his helmet. Give it up, Wes. You need to forget about her. I take a deep breath before putting on my gloves. Gloves on, ice and movement. I center myself and shake off JD's words. The gloves are on. Now it's about the ice under my feet. My thoughts are on fine-tuning every part of my body, reading the other players' movements, and doing my job. Gloves on, ice and movement. It doesn't matter that this is just a practice session. Every minute on the ice matters. Every minute can make or break my future. And I'm determined to make it. Ever since my uncle got me my first pair of skates, the ice has been mine. I moved to the practice rink and let everything else go. I have one chance to make sure my dreams come true. Nothing will stand in the way of that. At the end of the session, I notice my uncle talking to coach. I grab a drink before I skate over toward them. Wes, my uncle beams and I relax. He must be satisfied with what he's seen. Tom, I nod at him. Great work today, Wes. Coach gives me a nod before turning to my uncle. Let me know next time you're in town, we'll have dinner. Count on it. The two men shake hands. What's going on? I ask when it's just the two of us. My uncle showing up to practice unannounced could go either way. His money is the only reason I even have a chance at making my dream come true. I owe him a lot, but he also expects a lot. I spoke to your father. He told me your car died. I nod. When I left for uni, my dad's bought me a car so I wouldn't have to worry about getting to and from practice. Money was tight at the moment due to a health scare, but they did the best they could. The car ran fine for the first few months, but then the trouble started. Last week it finally died completely. Yeah, I'm surprised it lasted as long as it did. Well, I wouldn't want you to spend too much time worrying about that. Tom brings out a set of keys and holds them out to me. What's this? It's a gift. No. It's a way to secure my investment. I can't have the next pro hockey player taking the bus or begging for rides. Tom played hockey professionally for over a decade. He never made it to the NHL. That dream of his now rests on my shoulders. I remove my glove and reach out for the keys. It's nothing fancy, nothing new. But I had my mechanic look it over, and it should last you until you graduate. It's parked near the player's entrance so you can't miss it. Thanks. I stare at the keys. I don't know what to say. Say that you'll focus on what's important. And judging by what I saw on the ice, you really need to work on your agility. Every time he sees me play, he finds something I could be doing better. It's infuriating, but I know he's right. He lives and breathes hockey. I'll add some more exercises to my routine. Good. Now is the time to build all the basic skills. I know. He places a hand on my shoulder. I only want the best for you. Speaking of, I heard there's some issue between you and my goddaughter. Around us, the ice has emptied. Yeah, Chloe and I broke up. Huh. He lets his hand drop and squints at me. Well, you're young. I'm sure you'll work it all out and be back together in no time. You need someone like Chloe. She knows what it takes to be a professional athlete. And her dad could really be an asset to you in the future. Dating the daughter of a former NHL player will open a lot of doors. I think it might be over this time. Don't be silly. You know how important it is to have a supportive partner. I'm sure whatever happened, you'll both be able to forgive and forget. Beg her for forgiveness if you have to. Chloe's dad and Tom played together for about a year before he got picked up by the NHL, leaving Tom behind. But their friendship remained throughout the years. I should get changed. I think Coach wants to show us some game footage, I say, and hold up the keys. Thanks for the car. It's going to be a big help. I'll try to make it to some of your games, since I know your parents won't. Support is important. Remember that. I nod and skate off to catch up with my teammates. Was that your uncle? Liam Greenfield and Ethan Preston are waiting for me in the locker room. Liam and Ethan have been inseparable since they first met freshman year. This is the second year we're living together. Me, Ethan, Liam, JD, and Brick share a house not too far from campus. Brick is our goalie, Dominic Breaker. You know it was, I say, and start removing my gear. Tom means well, I know he does, but he sometimes makes it seem like I couldn't make it on my own, and that bothers me. Maybe because it's true. Are any of his friends stopping by? Ethan's eyes are practically shining. He loves hockey. Not just playing but watching, keeping track of players, games, and wins. No. I try to put an end to the conversation, but Liam notices the car keys I tossed beside me. What's this? Did your uncle come bearing gifts? Yeah, he heard about my car. What kind is it? He grabs the key. He didn't say. It's just something to get me from point A to point B. Is it outside? When I nod, Liam and Ethan, already showered and dressed, hurry away with the key. They both seem much more excited about the car than I am. Maybe because to them it's just a new car. To me, it's another item on the long list of debt my uncle holds over me.